Greetings folks, this lovely collection of CNC cut EPP foam is an Acro Magnum from Germany. This was a gift. It was sent to me by a very generous viewer, Andrew Crampton, who has one himself I believe, but he ended up with two, so he sent one to me to see how I would go about building it. So this is a lightweight, maybe even indoor, I guess, low wind outdoor 3D sort of plane, and it comes with floats too, so it's obviously designed to take off from water or snow, being from Europe I suppose. Anyway, it comes with the wing pre-cut, some spars, little wing extensions, fuselage that reminds me of the Fish actually, this EPP foam, rudder and elevator, some little sort of pretend wheels, some cut out control horns and motor mount and push rod guide, things like that. It comes with instructions in German. Luckily we've got a English translation, so this will be fun. Let's get into it. Okay, first job is to glue in the spars top and bottom, and they have to be 55 millimeters back from the leading edge, and they are 50 centimeters long, which they are already pre-cut at that. So we just cut a little slot in there. Make sure that the spar is going to fit in there. Bit of Yoo-hoo pour. I've never used this stuff before, so I don't even know how to use it really. Alright, we'll see what happens. Tiny bit of glue, sure you don't need much. There we go, the spar is in. Let's leave that to set and I'll do the other side. Now, same on the other side. All good. Just weighting it down now, letting it dry. Okay, the next job is to cut out the ailerons, and they are 70 millimeter deep, 31.5 centimeters long. 70, it is a symmetrical airfoil I guess, so there's no top or bottom. 31.5 long. Should leave us 7 centimeters in the middle, correct. So now we just cut them out, and I want a really sharp blade, so I've got a brand new one here. Slices through like butter, lovely. Now I want to make myself comfortable. Nice sharp knife. I like a sort of an edge to run along as well. Beautiful. Same with the other one. And now I've got to glue hinge them on somehow. I think we want a little bit more space for the aileron here. Now apparently to form a hinge we run some Yoo-hoo glue along here. When it's dry we bring them together and then run a bit more glue along the top. So let's do that. Alright, so we'll just wait for 15 or 20 minutes till they're tack dry and then put them together. And while we're waiting for that to dry we can glue these cut open bits together. And I'm just holding them apart here until they go tacky dry, then bring them together. Alright, so that can be stuck together now. Done. Now these ones. Very good. We just need a smear of glue along there now. There we go, the hinges are done and the body is glued together. Next job is to glue these end plates on. I need a little bit more of a gap there. So glue here and here and then bring them together. So that's had enough time to dry. Very good. Sort of have to make sure you get them symmetrical, I guess. I'm sort of feeling the top and bottom with my finger to make sure it's right in the middle. Oh, we've just got ourselves a decent little rainstorm. Good day to be building. Now I'm just gluing the landing gear together. Now I need to cut and hinge the horizontal and vertical stabilizers, so I'm just making sure how they actually fit, and they just glue onto the top like that. So I need to cut those hinges. Little notches marked here for the hinges, for where you cut, so that's useful. Glue on the surfaces, let them set, bring them together. I think these ones should be ready now. We can form the elevator hinge now. Done, and the rudder hinge. Now to glue the horizontal stabilizer on, I'm just lining it up on the grid here so I can get it nice and square. So now I know I can line it up in those lines. And doing the same for the vertical stabilizer. It's had long enough to dry now. I'll do this edge first. That's looking good. Now I need to poke that down in before it grips. There we go. That's good. I feel like putting a bit more glue down there. Let's leave it. I'm sure that'll be alright. Now just thinking about where the electronics are going to go. There's little cutout slots here for the elevator and rudder servos, and little slots here in the undercarriage for the aileron servos. In the instructions, what they seem to do is dig out a little hole, or here, for the receiver, but then surely that's going to be permanently glued in with the wing. Anyway, I thought I might put the receiver up here. There's a canopy here that I can sort of dig out a space in there, have the receiver just sitting up on the top there, all the wires coming up through. That's what I might do, I think. Landing gear, 25 centimeters apart. Here's my center mark. 12.5. 25 between them. Yes, between them. Oh, there you go. Makes it easy. So we just glue them in like that, with this edge right up against the aileron, I believe. So there we go, the fuselage is basically together. All we need to do now is put some electronics in, glue the wing in, push rods, and we'll be ready to fly. With a bit more research, I've realised that the wing doesn't get glued in. It's meant to be removable, So you glue this part to the wing and it can be pulled off. So we might as well do that. Alright, so I've marked exactly where it goes and it lines up just right on the edge, exactly the same length, so that's no dramas. So now that the wing is removable, it does make sense to have the receiver up hidden in there. Excellent. And I have some nice little 5-6 gram Metal Gear servos here, which will fit in there beautifully. Now, after centering up the servos, I'm just going to hot glue them in here, because hot glue works well for servos, I find. And you can always pull them out if you need to, without destroying too much. They're done. Now we can join the body puzzle piece to the wing. Now I'm fitting the aileron servo in. Now for the aileron wire to go through to the top of the wing, I'm just going to tape it out along there. I need a little servo extension, and I'm just going to poke a hole sort of through here to fit the wire through. And I'll just tape that down there. Same for the other side. For the aileron push rods, we have some of the carbon fibre or fiberglass rod control horns. Just need to mark the line of the control horn, which will be around about there somewhere. Elevator push rod, I'm going to put it underneath, keep it out of the road of the rudder. And the rudder control horn is going in here. Come on, behave. There we go. For the servo end of the push rods, I'm making up little Z-bends using my pliers, special pliers here. Very handy tool. And these will just get CA glued and heat shrinked onto the end of the control rods. Well, here we go. I'm just using some pieces of metal here to try and protect it. Oh, melted it a bit. Whoops. So that's not the way to do it. Alright. Might need to do some repairs in there. Alright, so a better way to do it is to use a heated soldering iron. That way you can direct the heat just to the heat shrink. Not sure I like this method, but anyway. I have a little 24 gram motor. Just had to screw different holes for the motor mount, and I'm just screwing that on. And that will get glued onto the front of the plane. And then the motor fitted in. Motor mount is glued on. 12 amp ESC, 8 channel receiver. I can put it all together now. So I need to try and fit all these wires in there out of the way. That's pretty good. And I need to work out CG. Alright, that's all together now, ready to roll. CG balances at 80 millimeters back with this 2S 950 milliamp hour battery there. Everything's working. Total weight came out to 240 grams, which I think is pretty good. I'll make a little hole for it somehow once I had a bit of a fly. Got a 24 gram motor. I don't know what the KV is, but that's an 8x4 prop. Ready to go. So thanks again to Andrew Crampton for sending it to me. This has been a fun build. I've learnt new techniques, and I just have to learn how to fly 3D now. How hard can it be? Thanks for watching.